Hey guys, welcome to a brand new IncCast recorded here live. Where?
We're at the Comic Depot, just
inside Saratoga Springs at 514 Broadway to meet all your fanboy needs. That's right.
That's right.
We got a full table. We got some customers and some friends in the back. Yeah, I'm happy that we're down here. And sitting next to me is Mr. Joe Nubb.
Hey, how you doing out there in radio land, internet land? I guess.
Are we radio?
No, it's
we should be.
Podcast.
Hey, Sirius
land.
and XM, you know what? Listen to us. Get us on your schedule.
And with me, as always, is the man on the board, DW.
What's going on? We got a full table today.
Yeah, we got some special guests with us today.
Yes.
Who's joining us today?
Well, who's sitting across from you?
Is the man behind Unit 5, Skip Winter.
What's up, guys?
Here.
What's up, Unit 5 Army?
And Skip, you want to introduce your sidekick that's sitting next to you?
Evil sidekick.
Yeah, we've got a new evil sidekick. This is Bubbles. She'll be a new character that's going to come out in the reboot issue 2. So stay tuned for that.
Hi guys, how are you?
So
Nice.
welcome back. Great to see you guys, or at least
I haven't
Skip.
seen
Great
Skip
to see
since,
you. Bubbles, nice to meet you for the first time.
Yeah, I haven't seen Skip since New York City, since last October. So
All right.
A lot going on since then, for
Yeah,
sure.
a lot
has
going on.
changed.
Yes.
we're gonna have a special guest call in just a few minutes. But since I haven't caught up with you since New York City, a lot going on. New York City went well for Fanboys Inc. I mean, Brian Feraldo, Mr. Comic Head himself was there. We got a couple shorts out of that. A lot of people were at the booth. If you saw the pictures on Unit 5 or even on Fanboys Inc.'s Facebook pages, it was packed both days. All 4 days were packed.
Slammed. Yeah.
And you got to meet some. There was a couple of first responders that showed up to the booth too, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I'll have to dig out. Maybe I'll try to dig out what our booth number is. It's the same as last year, so I can tell you guys where we're going to be in the back right corner. But I can't think of the name of the booth number off the top of my head. But I'll try to grab it before the end of the podcast.
Very cool. And obviously some big changes going on for Unit 5. If you want to quickly fill our listeners in, just give us the breakdown on what's been going on.
Well, the Unit 5 kind of internal teams had a few changes. We've got, and first of all, I want to thank Will Robson and Alex Robson. Alex recently, my sidekick, moved to The Hobbit, moved back to the UK to be with his family, and Alex was kind of field marketing manager, and Willie, was our artist. He did it all. So I want to thank those guys for the effort they put in, and
Sure.
kind of put us where we are on the map. Now we've had some direction from some well-known people in the industry through some connections we've made over the years, and we're going to reboot. I think most of the Unify fans know that already. We're going to be rebooting. If you know the book from the past, the first 3 issues were, I'd say, very kid-friendly, all ages,
Right.
and the direction that we've gotten from not only fans and other other friends of ours in the industry is to make it a little bit darker.
Okay.
So reboots in the works, a whole new creative team. Obviously, I'm just going to continue creating, writing.
Right.
But the new creative team, I don't know if we want to introduce that or wait till he gets on. Maybe we could keep it as a surprise.
And
I'll let him in, and then he can announce the.
definitely.
Yeah, then he can announce the creative.
Because not only did you get a new creative team, you became part of another company, pretty much. A publisher's taking
Yeah, we got
care of
picked
that,
up.
So and that's cool. And plus we got the side projects with the shorts that you've been teasing out for a while that I know of, and Brian Feraldo has been working on too as well.
Yeah, Brian Feraldo just finished up the first live-action Unit 5 short, and I can tell you it is going to be Drift. It's Drift #1.
I've seen it, everybody.
Very cool.
It looks pretty sweet. It looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, and we're going to premiere it at New York Comic Con. I believe August 11th is a Saturday.
August, you mean? You mean
Sorry,
September?
October.
October, yes.
Yeah.
October.
I keep saying August. I don't know.
Yeah,
We're
right.
past that.
It'll be the Saturday.
Saturday night.
Of
yes.
the con, yep.
Location to be determined.
Secret location.
Exactly. We've got. We actually just last night secured our guest for the evening is
Yes.
Josh Bodwell from the new TV show on A&E, Epic Inc.
Yep.
He's going to be there.
We'll be live podcasting. Fanboys Inc. will be at the premiere. We'll be talking and obviously watching the premiere.
Live pod. Yeah.
Live pod, yep.
So a lot of things, we're just we're taking things to the next level now. We've got some people behind us. Got characters, people that inspire the characters, like the one sitting next to me that are going to be at the cons with us, which makes a big difference. They're not going to be fill-ins. They're going to be people that are regulars.
Very cool.
Really wearing the actual costumes, and actually Bubbles helped me or inspire me to create at least that character.
Mhm.
She's going to be there at New York, possibly Baltimore, although she's kind of bailing out on me now. Other things going on, but
She's got evil agendas, man. She can't do every weekend.
Dun dun dun.
We'll be at Baltimore. Just the con schedule is the same as Unit 5's. Baltimore, which will be next week, after next week.
Is that it?
No, it's September 5th and 6th.
5th, 6th, 7th.
7th.
A couple weeks out.
Then the week after that, we will be at Granite State, which is the 13th, 14th. Then we get a couple weeks off. Then we're in New York City. I'll be in New York City Wednesday or Tuesday all the way through. Unit 5 will probably be there Wednesday night, maybe Thursday. Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then we get 3 more weeks off, and then we go right into Rhode Island to end the tour, the con tour. So it's going to be a busy few months coming up.
Right.
And all those cons are great. If you're looking at the guest list, Baltimore's great, Granite State's every one of those. Obviously, New York City is the biggest one on the East Coast. Rhode Island's got some great guests with more coming. So, guys, if you're in the area, check out those. We'll put out the links over on the Facebook page on fanboysinc.com, website as well, on our calendar. And hopefully we'll get to see some. I know Rachel. Be Kind of Nerds. She's bringing the family. She already said she's hunting us down.
Very cool.
So she's going to be there at Granite State, so that'll be pretty cool. So I think it's going to be busy. We're going to get you to Granite State. I'm telling you, I don't care what we got to do. You got to come to Granite State.
Get me to Granite State?
You got to go to Granite
dude.
State.
Right,
Come
let's
on.
go.
You say
Got my
that
new
now.
place.
You say that now. You say
You're
that.
all
You
set
say
up.
that. You say that
Yeah.
now. You say that now. You say that now. We'll see. Fans out there who want to see Joe Nubb at a con, please voice your opinions and shout outs over on Facebook.com.
Yeah.
We're getting a thumbs up from some people right here. You got to go.
All right, I'll
I
go.
feel alone.
We're going.
Okay.
But we got to go right now.
Okay. After the pod, we'll go right now. We'll just
Exactly.
stay in Grant. We'll just stay there until the con shows up.
Sounds good.
I don't know. Can you take that much time off work?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, why
You're
not?
not going to be alone. I'll spoon you. I know if you
No,
want to spoon me, I'm
no,
good at that.
no,
I'll
we're
The
spoon.
not.
question is, do you want to be the big spoon or the little spoon?
I prefer forks.
Spooner or the
more than
spoonie?
yeah. No, the forking, no spooning.
There you go.
Anyway. Yeah, spork. There you go. I don't want to even get onto that. We're just going to step away from that topic right now. Guys, we're also live tweeting as well. I'm taking over the tweeter chores. If you got any questions for Skip, Bubbles, or anything about Unit 5 or us, tweet us over at Fanboys Inc. While we're waiting to have our special caller, let's get into some quick news. As always, chime in. If you guys
Absolutely.
chime in, scream in the back there, audience. First thing I wanted to talk about, we talked a little bit about Batman. Assault on Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
It came out a few weeks ago
The
on
animated
digital.
feature film.
Right, came out a few weeks ago on digital, but it came out this past week.
Mhm.
And I put a question out on our Facebook page just to see what people thought of the story. As I said, it wasn't really Batman. It was he was very secondary. First time in a directed DVD animation where he was the supporting character. The Suicide Squad, obviously Harley Quinn. Deadshot were the main focus of this, and I wanted to know if anybody was outraged by that. We got nothing but rave reviews on it.
Yeah.
Everybody had said that they loved it. I'm gonna call out somebody right now because I know he's listening. Or Will. Will didn't like it. Will Robson. He didn't like it at all. I don't know why. He didn't give me the exact reasonings why, but he just felt that it wasn't good.
Huh.
When
I haven't seen it yet, personally.
I think you'd enjoy it.
Yeah.
The animation is still rocky. I mean, we're used to the what do I want to say?
you like-
Post or
you-
post.
You like the Bruce Timm style, the animated
Well, I think just
series
his
style.
direction, not just I think not just that style, because it's not the way they had directed DVD animations, where they were like Young Justice,
Right.
that style.
Right.
But that was under Bruce Timm's direction. And now that he's gone, it's more this really jagged manga type feel. This one has gotten better than what Justice League War was. So, I mean, they're making improvements on it. I just don't know if we can get back to the way they were. Let me see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Some of the comments. This David Jason Rose on our Facebook page says, "This was really well done and edgy movie. I really enjoyed it and fit well in the spirit of the Arkham games," which I know that they're pushing that series a great deal.
Was this movie based like in the Arkham game universe?
That I don't know. I think they'd like the Suicide Squad is in the Arkham games,
Mhm.
and the digital animation in the games are pretty cool. But as far it's edgy. That game is very edgy. If you've played any of those games, I have Batman Arkham and Arkham Asylum or Arkham City, and those are really edgy. The graphics are really cool in that.
Have you guys played any of the Arkham video games at all?
Are you a gamer, Skip?
No, I wish I had time. I wish I had time.
Bubbles?
My kids, but I don't really know what I'm playing. I just
Just push buttons. Okay.
Yeah.
What else we got
I'm not a
here?
gamer.
Actually, I know I
either.
played I was big in Injustice for a while, and I know that's old, but whatever.
Injustice?
Yeah.
I still play that game.
I played
I
that.
mean, it's not even a full year old yet. No,
No,
is it?
maybe it's probably not. But
Not
I
a
played
full
that
year
quite.
yet.
I played that quite a bit.
Yeah, I love
Over
that
here?
game. I love that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still play it.
What
Another
about
one-
Mario? But do we still play
Mario
does anybody still
Brothers?
play
Mario
Mario Brothers?
Mario Kart.
That's a great game.
What'd you say,
Good.
Mario Kart?
We'll do
Mario
Mario Kart.
That's a good one.
We'll go to Granite State and we'll play Mario Kart.
Yeah,
Perfect.
can we do like live Mario Kart?
Sure.
Can we get real bumper cars?
We'll get drunk in Mario Kart.
We'll attach paintball guns to the carts.
There you go.
That would be cool. But like I said, everybody said that it was really great. Nobody had said that they felt that Batman wasn't portrayed well, and that was my problem. The
Right.
voicing was they kind of made him emo. More emo. I mean, he is kind of emo, but just really not.
You know what? And let me stop you right there. I don't like you describing
I can.
Batman as emo.
Well, I don't care if you don't like it
Ever.
or not. I'm going to say it. He's emo.
It's just,
He's brooding.
Well,
he's
he's just
sad. Have
Batman.
you not seen every picture
know
of
what, though?
Batfleck? He's always got his head down crying.
Wow.
you're just not allowed to.
He's emo Batman.
I mean, it's funny. Most people know that I'm not a huge Batman fan. Alex used to get on me all the time about
Right.
it.
Alex is a huge Batman
Huge
fan.
Batman fan. And he does not like Aquaman. So
Oh,
I'm an Aquaman
But
fan.
you
I
like
love
Aquaman. I
like
Aquaman's
Aquaman.
awesome.
Yeah.
So you should be happy about the Aquaman being in Batman versus Superman.
Hey, who's gonna play that? What's
Jason
that dude's name?
Momoa.
Yeah.
From Game of Thrones. He's done a lot of B-rated sci-fi TV shows on the Sci-Fi Network.
All I ever hear when you say his name is Jason Mimosa.
Mimosa, you
Then
gonna
I
drink
think
him?
about-
You gonna drink him? That's kind of. Let's move on.
Not him
Okay,
necessarily.
now we're back to spooning again. Okay, thank you for listening. This is the end of IncCast. But also, direct-to-DVD is going to be Aquaman. Capture what I forgot.
Oh
Is
yeah,
that,
yeah, the Throne
Rock-
of Atlantis.
Throne of Atlantis, which
animated feature
leads
film.
into this second story arc that Jeff Johns did in the comic. After the first issue, Justice League War was the first 6 issues with Darkseid, and now they're going to introduce Aquaman, and he looks like a badass.
That's cool.
And it's about time. I mean, everybody's joking, going, "Oh, he talks to fish." Have you seen some of the size of those fish? I mean, whales, octopus.
No, he talks to really
What do
big fish.
Talk to big
That's
fish. I mean, and he's stronger now, I think, than maybe from what we say from Super Friends.
What do you mean, like emotionally?
I don't know. I'm not a shrink. I don't know. Yeah, he's got his head put
I think
together
he's in a
now.
better place
Yeah,
now.
he's better.
Yeah, I
he
think
knows his
yeah,
parents
yeah.
now. He's accepted being
Like,
abandoned.
It's okay that he talks to.
He's well adjusted now.
He's
Yeah,
well adjusted.
yeah.
His strength, I think, when we talked about this, last week, I think, putting Namor against Aquaman. Now, I feel that Aquaman, I like his character a little bit better than Namor, but Namor has no morals. He's
Yeah.
going to play dirty. He's going to
Yeah.
do what needs to be done, and
Throw
that's why
sand
he's
in your
going.
eye.
That's why he's going to win.
Yeah.
So
Um,
the
I
direct to DVD
Yeah.
stuff is what kind of an impact does that have? It seems like it's such a small piece of this puzzle right now. You not hear me now?
Talking like
Yeah,
as
yeah.
far as like the overall market.
The overall market.
I don't
it doesn't,
know about
does it
that
really,
because-
it seems like it hits like none of them. Like I don't think.
What do you think the target market you think is that it's hitting?
I mean, it's the core comic book fan. It's certainly not mainstream, which is fine.
You kind of imagine though, kids are at the grocery, or at Target and Walmart shopping with their parents. Mommy, I want the Batman DVD right there, and then, or if parents are going out to buy their kids gifts for Christmas, oh, he likes Batman, let's get him that. So let's chuck it in the cart.
So the impulse buyer.
There's that, and so look at it this way. Maybe this is sort of just the just kind of keeps it in the public's mind eye constantly.
Isn't it too much? Is it too much?
I don't
I'm
think
just
so.
curious.
Because with DC,
That's a good question. That's a fair
I
question.
mean,
It is.
I'm
But-
looking at this list of all the
Movies
that are
coming
gonna
out
come
till
I got the list
2020.
right here. There's 36 of them coming out from now till 2020.
Are we talking about comic book
No,
movies?
Comic
yes,
book
yeah.
related,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I was way back in the day. I was a stockbroker when the internet bubble burst. Do we get to that?
Right.
I mean, I know I'm
right.
changing the
Are
subject.
we-
Well,
here a
we've-
little bit. This
we've
is-
all no, but we've been talking about this for the last 2 months now
Right.
about is it too much too
no
soon?
pun
But
intended. Bubble
DC
burst. Sorry.
correct me if I'm wrong, but DC seems to has always put out more direct to DVD animation than Marvel has. They seem to put
Yeah.
one out 1 or 2 a year, sometimes 3, where Marvel might put one out 2 every couple of years.
Right.
And their animation's 10 times better. The complaint that I'm getting as far as what Skip was saying is it kids, is it impulse? Right after Justice League War came out, some people in our age group where the adults are saying, I can't show this to my kids. There's excessive blood. There's some language going on.
Violence.
So now they're like, I can't sit down with my 6-year-old kid and watch Super Friends because now they are adult. And now the same thing with this Aquaman. It's very serious, very mature, and that might be the direction they feel that it's not kids. Let's put the small screen, like Teen Titans Go, Batman, Beware of Batman, those kind of things, and leave that for the kids.
Right,
the
the more
direct-to-DVD
kid-friendly
is going to be
cartoon
for your adults, so they can cover both.
So to get back to your question, is the bubble going to burst? I don't think so yet.
Not yet.
So
But it's got to get to that point.
has to.
Well, we've said
we're
that.
not going to keep, as much as we'd love to, us the nerds, yeah, let's be honest, the mainstream public is not going to be interested in superheroes forever.
So I'd like to hear a woman's perspective because I kind of drug Bubbles into this world with me because she was like my #1 pain in the ass and,
Why is
and
she,
made
why
a
is she
great
rolling
villain.
her eyes at you when
Oh,
you say that?
that's standard. But I just
That's
want to.
her
I'm kind of curious
superpower.
what she thinks of the comic book culture, where it's going from a woman's perspective who has children.
Right.
What do you think about all the movies? What's your general thoughts on it?
Well, I do kind of get, freaked out when my kids want to go see a movie that I don't think they should, because they're 10, 10, and 9. So by 2020, I won't have this particular worry, but right now it is a very real thing that I have to address. For instance, the comic book thing that you gave me to read, I had no idea.
Saga.
I left it laying
You
out.
gave her Saga?
Because that's what all our fans
Give her
said.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, really? Of all books, you gave her
What-
Saga?
Well, and
She
I
is
didn't know
Bubbles.
what was in it,
Right.
and I just left it laying around, and I only hope that my kids didn't pick it up and look through it, because my word.
That
So
sounds like
there's-
an extreme case.
So there's
All our
that.
fans said she should read Saga. Do you remember that?
Yes, yes.
Thanks, guys. It was interesting. But I don't know if there will be a bubble burst, or maybe, I don't know. I think everybody at some point, whether you are, a comic book nerd, geek, whatever,
Right.
or just a mom or a kid or a guy that gets up and goes to work every day, I think superheroes are awesome. We all want to be one.
It's true.
Secretly.
It was very true.
I mean,
everything
I'm a
has a
36-year-old
supervillain.
dressed up as a supervillain, so
Now,
so you got that going for you.
right.
everything
Which is nice.
everything is on a time frame. We know that. X Games are huge. Now look at them. I mean, they're still popular, but look at Mountain Dew's not doing as much advertising. A lot of stuff at Vans. Is that even still going? The Vans tour is not. That was canceled like
Vans
last
is
year.
doing some different things
Right.
now, but sponsorships suck right now.
Right. So just like
Yeah.
that, it was huge. X Games were huge in the mid to late 90s. I think is when it reached
Yeah.
its peak. Same thing with this. I think it's
Yeah.
just gonna.
So
we
things
haven't.
ebb and flow,
Let's be happy that
you know.
it's not reached its peak yet.
Right.
The
Well-
downside is if when it goes down, will it affect everything? Will it affect cons? Will it affect the stores? Will it affect podcasts? Will it affect everything? Or is it just going to be this movie explosion and then everything calm down and kind of reboot itself in a way? Okay, and then we focus more on books,
Right.
we focus more back onto the cartoons and TV shows. I don't know.
Well, that was kind of my point. Is it is more mainstream now, and that's what happened with skateboarding. Because I was involved in skateboarding when it was kind of like the fringe, punk kids.
Mhm.
I was involved in that. But then, as it exploded, you exposed it to the mainstream, and then it became part of normal culture. And that's what I think is happening. So
Your general audience is turning into fanboys in a way.
exactly.
Kind of, yeah. And I think, we'll always be getting comic book movies to some degree, and that's, and I think that would always be supported simply by the movie industry being able to make special effects so
Special effects are
believable.
better
and-
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can actually make a guy flying, and you don't need wires and as much,
Right.
as you did back in the 70s and 80s when they tried to make superhero movies.
Yeah, the technology seems to be driving it.
Yeah. So yes, we're looking at what do you have here, Skip? You have a list of what 20, 30 movies over the
36.
next. Right. So maybe 5, 10 years, or maybe fast forward a decade, we won't see 36 movies over a 5-year span, but we'll still be getting comic book movies, I think, in some way or another.
So that's the other question: is all the big boys seem to be, with the exception of Guardians of the Galaxy, which is
Did you see it?
relatively. Yeah, I saw it twice.
good.
I saw it twice.
Yeah, it was
I
awesome.
saw it once by myself because I didn't want to wait, and then I had to take my son. But I liked it.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I mean, I still feel like we said I liked Captain America 2 better, but it's a totally different film.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
But
Yeah, I
Skip,
agree.
get back to your point, man.
Where was I going with that?
Where all the big wigs are putting out the
So
movies
they
now.
seem to be, and that's kind of, it's funny because I'm not going to shamelessly plug Unit 5 again, but
Of course
But you
not.
can.
that's Facebook.com/Unit5. No, but I feel like they're recycling so much, or taking the old classics and turning them into Days of Future Past and where we saw I think that fell off was Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it.
The Wolverine, the last one. Yeah,
the last
I liked
one.
it.
Okay.
I liked it, but I think a lot of people didn't, and I think it's because they're recycling so much. So the other question is, when does the next big new age comic come in? When is that? Who is that? Who's it going to be?
Right.
Is it an indie that
Could be Kirkman.
I mean, that's kind of what I'm. It has to get there because
Right.
I don't think you can't recycle things forever.
Right.
And that could be a part of their bubble, unless Marvel gets smart and starts buying up indies.
Right.
Possibly.
Or DC. That's what they need to do. I mean, that's what software industries do. That's what any other industry does.
Right.
You buy up your competition.
Right.
They haven't really done that yet, at least unless one of our fans can tell us differently. But it'd be pretty sick to be part of an indie label publisher and get bought out by a Marvel.
I don't know if people would be happy about that. I mean, you're indie for a reason,
Right.
I mean, you don't want the big corp coming down on your indie books. That could cause some problems. I don't think. Hey, some people might like it. Some people were outraged. What if DC bought Image and that being
if you chuck
creator
enough
owned?
money at anything,
True, but is it going to be?
I have a price.
But is it going to
Everybody
be
has
as
a
strong
price.
as it being indie? Because now you're not creator owned. Now you're losing that edge that you have.
That's the problem. Is I think there's a lot of good indie books out there. I think we're one of them, but there's a lot of other guys out there like any of the smaller indie guys that don't get the exposure that the bigger books get. So people don't see them. So that's kind of what we're doing is trying to get take our exposure level up to where one of the big two is
kind of to the next level.
I think, and that's the challenge for indie books is that they run out of resources. A lot of them don't have marketing, and we've got a great marketing team. I mean, all of us are marketing guys, sort of. Some of us, and we've got the short films, but a lot of these other indie companies don't have the resources.
Right.
And I think that's a shame because you lose a lot of good quality product to just attrition and hey, we're out of resources, we're done.
Right.
So.
I mean, well, I agree with you. And just like I said, though, I feel indie's strong for a reason. They're creator-owned. They can do more things. They're on the edge. I mean, Image is a great example of that. Dark Horse.
Is it also
more so probably Valiant than Dark Horse? Dark Horse deals with more of the franchises, correct? And Valiant is another strong independent.
And is it fair to say too that that the internet also offers the chance to be to get that notoriety?
Oh, by far.
I mean, you really have sort of a limitless audience. Rewind.
You're at your
back
disposal.
in the 90s.
The technology overall to make a book is so
Right.
much cheaper now.
Right.
There's so much easier. You have
you could
digital
do a
software
book.
now.
Yeah, look at Joe St. Pierre doing The Liberator.
Yeah. Which just came out again.
That's right.
Started yesterday. That's right. So check out the astronautinc.com and check out the latest issue of Joe St. Pierre's The Liberator and the New Zodiac.
So yeah, Skip, I totally get what you're saying. Yeah, as far as being a small indie book, how do you get it out there? How do you really get people to see it? But there is the internet. But yeah,
well,
that's a good
let's
question,
have our caller.
I-
Have our caller call in and see what he says because it's a great segue.
That'd be great, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's our special caller. Let me call.
Hello.
Hello. You were on with Fanboys Inc. Who's this?
Yo. It's Joe.
Joe. This is Joe. Everybody, this is Joe Martino.
Yo.
Red Anvil Comics. If you've heard me before, Joe, if you want, turn me down a little bit in the background there.
Just give me a second. I got one thing. Hold
I know you like to listen to my sultry voice in the office, but.
And mine.
There
Hold on a second. I got
you
this.
go. To inform everybody, you know that our very first Kickstarter that we funded through Fanboys Inc. was the Mighty Titan. We backed every issue with him, and now he's part of Red Anvil. And we're going to let him announce some of the news that's going on as well. Are you set there with the volume there, Joe?
No, hold on one second. I got a problem with the headphone jack. Hold on. Give me a second.
Okay.
Sorry.
The technical difficulties on a podcast. That's all right. That's not a problem.
And I'm an IT guy, too.
Don't tell everybody that.
I don't know why I can't get the... I know. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
For some reason, it's still coming through. Let me disable this thing. Hold on.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
That's all right. That's no problem.
There we go.
There. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
All right. So Joe Martino, Red Anvil Comics. So if you've been listening, Joe, we were talking a little bit about what was going on with Unit 5. but we wanted to wait and see, let you announce some of the happenings that are going on.
Yeah, Joe, I didn't touch on the creative team. I thought you would do that because those are your boys, and
my boys.
I thought it would make sense to have you kind of make the announcement. I did mention that you guys were now the Unit 5 as part of the Red Anvil family, and pretty psyched. And we've got whole new creative team. So, I believe it was Herb that connected us with you.
Right.
When Willie departed for other ventures, and here we are. You and I have been kind of talking regularly and making things happen. So I'll kind of let you at least give your spin on it because I haven't really heard it. I'm just curious what you think.
Well, the people that are working on the book are my longtime collaborator Jeff Austin, who's doing inks, embellishment. A new colorist that I'm working with for this book is Blake Wilkie. He's you saw the colors; they're looking really good. The letterer is Egg Dukeshire, who people remember from the digital webbing. He runs digitalwebbing.com, and he also does a Fist of Justice book. I don't know what the heck I do, to be honest with you. I think I do a little bit of everything. Pretty soon, I might just just write it too. Skip will just say, "Go ahead, Joe." Just take care of it."
Nice.
Guest writer. Yeah, that's right.
That's cool.
No. I'm just the boat steerer, and
So it's another book going under the Red Anvil
right.
group. Now, tell everybody how many comics that Red Anvil has right now in their house.
Well, right now we have 3 that are active: War of the Independents, Owl Girls, and the Mighty Titan. Owl Girls is number 2 is actually on Kickstarter right now for all you guys who are interested.
Nice,
but,
nice.
Also, Owl Girls 2 and the Mighty Titan 3 are in previews, so that's the end of my pimping of that. We'll talk about Unit 5 more. We redesigned the suits. We redesigned a lot of stuff.
It's pretty much a full reboot, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean,
except for the core characters and their names and stuff like that.
Yeah, did you change their actual origins? Or
No. They're all the same. Even their looks, like they're out of costume looks, out of costume, really out of uniform when we're talking about these guys. But there is a difference, I think, between a superhero and a character who wears a uniform. Some characters use costumes, some guys have uniforms, and Unit 5 is definitely in uniform. The old Unit 5 book looked a little bit like your standard military gear or SWAT team gear. I wanted to do more of I don't know. I added a little Kirby to it, but they're still dialed down. They still have the black costumes. We have some veining going on with yellow, blue, red, whatever the characters are. The way they look normally, they still look the same. I didn't change I might have changed Dom a little bit. But the rest of them pretty much look the same as they did in the old series.
I've seen the colors. I've seen the sketches. Like you said, you added a little bit of. I see a little bit of burn in there.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, but that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying I love that style. I mean, like I said, for all those people that haven't seen it yet, they look amazing. The panel selections, the action, the sequencing looks awesome.
And I think I think that when Joe and I started working together. When I told him, I'm like, I'm pretty easygoing, pretty flexible. I've really given Joe creative freedom in most instances, other than, hey, I really want this character to look like this, and he'll put a spin on it. But the panels and I think we're now at really next level shit. It really is. I think people, when they come to New York, and we're going to be giving away a number of issue 1, the new reboot. I think they're going to be blown away.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah,
now,
I'm excited.
Joe, will you be with us in New York City?
Red Anvil, we actually have a small press booth this year, so we'll be there, and I'll also be by the Unit 5 booth, signing comics and doing whatever, and we're going to send people back and forth. I think it's good to have 2 spots.
Cool. I got another podcast. All right.
There you go.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, the process of this going on from start to finish was a lot of talking, a lot of negotiations, I guess, and just designs. Joe, how many times did you send out new designs to Skip, or was it kind of like, here's one design and you kind of nailed it? How does that process usually work?
I think it was one, right? Except for the helmet. I had to retool the helmet a little bit.
Like I said, I'm pretty easy going, and I realize that Joe's the true professional,
right?
And I'm I'm kind of an amateur. I think I write well, and I appreciate art, but if Joe knows kind of what the current trends are in the business, so I really rely on him,
right?
To direct the book. The look of the book is all him, really.
Right. Nice, very cool. Now, Joe, before we let you go, I know you're on a tight schedule. Can you tell everybody where you're going to be next for the cons coming up?
Actually, this weekend, this Friday, I'll be in the Hobby Shop in Aberdeen, New Jersey. We're doing a signing for the Mighty Titan 1 retail and Owl Girls 1. Me and Dave Ryan will be there.
Okay.
The next show we have is Cincinnati Comic Expo, which is in September.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
That's a hell of a ride, but I figured I have to start veering west a little bit. That's a good way to dip my foot in. And then after that is New York Comic Con. And I think that's it for me. Or I think actually,
unless we have you come up to Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Well, I could come up for a day. Yeah,
That'd be cool.
Remember, I got a newborn, so it's a little tough to go.
Are you breastfeeding, Joe?
Yes.
Awesome. Speaking of that, Bubbles is here in a bustier, and this is one of your creations, so I had to mention that.
Well,
yeah, so
you guys have even introduced each other, or been introduced to each one.
I don't know that I created her, but yeah.
We'll send you pics, Joe.
I saw one already. There was one on the Unit 5 page.
Yep.
That is right.
I don't think it's right that I have to be all the way here when you guys are up there, but that's another story.
Well, we'll get you up here one of these days. Albany Con's coming up too in November, so you never know.
Yeah. Hey, I think we talked about that.
Yes, we have a few times.
Yeah.
Awesome, Joe. Thank you so much for calling in. I know that you're working pretty hard over there, and we'll have you on again soon. We always love having you on. We'll talk some Byrne and Kirby comics.
Sounds good to me. Always willing to talk about that kind of stuff.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Don't forget, we got to finish the book by New York Comic Con. No pressure. No pressure.
Which book?
Nice.
You got to remember, right now I'm working on 4 books, so no, but I'm only penciling one. So
nice.
So what are you doing talking to us then?
Yeah, what are you doing? Get off that phone and start penciling.
I'm at my friggin' day job. I can't even.
I know. I hear you.
So.
I hear you. All right, man. Thank you so much, and we'll be talking to you soon, Joe.
All right, guys, have fun.
Later. Thanks. Awesome. That was Joe Martino, Red Anvil Comics. Check him out over there. RedAnvil.com, I believe it is. RedAnvilComics.com.
Such an easy dude to work with.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
When we first had him on the podcast, I had so much fun because he is that guy that's talking about the 70s and 80s, 60s comics, and he's really into the Byrne, the Kirby. It was really fun to talk with him.
Knows it.
Yeah. I mean, and you see it in his artwork. You see it in the
Yeah.
artwork. When he laughed when I said Byrne, he's like, "Oh, it's old." I like Byrne. I mean, anything that resembles
we're
Byrne.
Old school rockers, though.
Yeah, or Kirby for that matter.
Super recognizable dude too. He's huge.
He's
I'm
huge.
6 feet tall and he makes me look like a peanut.
He's the first creator that I met and talked to at Asbury Park 3 years ago.
Okay.
And we went. I went wearing Fanboys Inc. shirts, but we weren't going as Fanboys Inc. I went with Jarvis actually, and met Cliff Galbraith, and then Joe. And Joe's like, "Yeah, I know you guys. I see your logo. I know. Yeah." I'm like, "No kidding. That's pretty cool."
Yeah.
Of course, I'm like nervous, going, "Can I get an autograph?" It was pretty bad, but he's awesome. He totally stands out from. And when you walk the booth, you'll walk the floor, you'll know where Joe is. I mean, he's huge. It's awesome. And I mean that in a good way, Joe. But anyway, so go check them out. We'll put up the links too for some of the cons that they're going to be at. Obviously, he's going to be in New York City, and definitely tell them that Fanboys Inc. and Unit 5 sent you when you go visit him. What else we got for some news? Since we were on the movie kick before, Joe called, you want to talk a little movies?
Yeah, what were we talking about?
Do you want to talk
Doctor Strange?
We could talk about him. No origin. Yes.
Thank God.
No
Doctor
origin
Strange,
story.
We've gotten the official word. Marvel Studios is going to skip the origin story. Thank God. And we also have learned that the studio as a whole is moving away from origin stories.
Why do we not like origin stories?
Because
there's too many of them. Let's do them over and over.
I'm not a huge Batman fan, but Batman Begins is my favorite.
Well, you know what? I'll say it like this. If we got an origin story for Doctor Strange, I bet you it would be very similar. Rich, successful guy loses himself in the Tibetan mountains, gets taken in by some monks to learn instead of ninja fighting style, sorcery.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
you're talking about Brad Pitt? So you're
yeah, that's right. Yeah, you saw it too.
It's stated in the article over on fanboysinc.com that Mucka said that there will not be 20 minutes worth of origin stories in this movie.
You know, I don't even mind 20 minutes. I hate
I like the
when an origin
flashbacks. I want the
story is
flashbacks.
like the hour and a half
Yeah,
of the actual movie.
Yeah, I think they're going to do the flashbacks.
Yeah.
And I like that. They said that there's not going to be 20 minutes of him being a surgeon and doing that whole thing. I think what will happen is maybe my superior speculation is we'll see him right in an action scene possibly as Doc Strange. Something happens that reminds him of when he was a surgeon. Here's your quick flashback,
Right.
30 seconds of some dialogue, and throughout the movie. So you
Right,
get
right.
those tidbits of why the certain current events are affecting him. I can take that.
And Skip, I'll tell you, why I personally don't like the origin stories. It's twofold. That we've gotten these comic book movies for so long now, and there's so many that I think that the general public can grasp the concept of what a superhero is without sort of having to take that journey to them becoming one. I feel that we're able to just jump right in the middle of a superhero fight, and everybody will be able to quickly pick up, on what's going on. And the second part, and this is where I'm a little biased, is because I am, a 30-year, long reading comic book fan. So it's like I know the origins for these characters inside and out.
Right.
I have read.
You aren't the audience.
I know, and that's the thing. This is where I become biased.
But I think they don't give him enough credit.
But all right, case in point, the Ang Lee Hulk movie. I thought cinematically it was very unique. Ang Lee's direction, it made me feel like I was reading a comic book. The panel, the shifting panels. But it took an hour to see the Hulk on screen. Like I should not have to wait to see.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my point.
I'm glad that there's just no origin. I think.
See, I guess I'm in the minority here, though.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, you want to become invested in the character, and you can't become invested in any character unless you know what their backstory is. And I learned that actually from Will Robson. Actually, before I got started. That's.
You coming back? Okay, I'll probably still be here.
Whoa.
Darren, the owner of the Comic Depot,
is breaking his own product.
Breaking his own product. Now, what if we see action? Like, what about action movies? Well, let's say anything from not all of them have an origin story. Those characters, we still invest time in them. I mean, Predator didn't have an origin story about Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Predator didn't give us a full origin story of why he was the Predator, right?
Here's the worst one though. Is Spider-Man. Right? Okay. How many times are they going to do the origins too? Bubbles was just saying that. That's the worst. But I think they forget they did an origin story 6 times.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need to give Peter Parker's
and
background.
If anything, the more you do it, the more you start confusing people. Because now you got Tobey Maguire. Now you got.
There are 2 Spider-Mans.
Yeah, there are two Spider-Men. Well, there's one Spider-Man now.
Toby got fired.
And the one he's dating Gwen, the other one he's got Mary Jane.
Yeah.
I don't understand all that. He's a long-lost twin brother that they both got bit by a spider. I don't know.
There's your synopsis, Marvel. Get on that, or Fox, I should say. Sony, I mean. But
get it one of these times.
Yeah, well, out of the 6,
Warner
who knows?
Brothers.
I think we might see it come back to Marvel anyway, the way things are going. But I think that confuses people. The Tobey Maguire and Andrew's Spider-Man.
Andrew Garfield.
It confuses them.
Better Spider-Man.
We're not going to start this debate again, are we?
I personally like Toby. He plays the more classic '60s dork.
Okay.
Spidey. This new one, Andrew Garfield. I think he's a great Spider-Man. Don't get me wrong. I think
this Spider-Man's better.
I think the new one reminds me more of the Ultimate Universe Spider-Man, where he's a little more
sure of himself.
Yeah, he's more brooding than he is.
He's a better looking
dork.
Dude, I think. But he's all. I think.
I think he was written better.
You know what?
I think he was written better.
There's too much comedy bullshit. I think in a lot of the new comics. That's one of the things I thought.
But that's Spider-Man.
He's the funny guy.
Yes,
he's
but then
the funny
you
guy.
got Guardians of the Galaxy, same thing. It's a little bit too much corny. There's some corny stuff in there. That's what I didn't like.
Isn't Star-Lord that way in the comics, though?
I don't know. I don't have enough experience with Star-Lord. But hang on a second, Skip. I'll also say this as well, and we've discussed this before on the pod, is that because we have so many comic book movies, where now we're able to sort of take this genre, and then like turn it into subgenres. So Guardians of the Galaxy, it was sort of a sci-fi / comedy movie. Doctor Strange, DW and I have talked. I'd love for that to be a comic book horror movie.
I think that's what we're going to get. I think that's what we're going to get.
So the point is, now that comic book movies are firmly established in society, let's start to break it up. We don't have to have like the big blockbuster Avengers movie every time. We can actually do different things with different characters. And I think that's great, because I think that, if you're able to do that successfully, then you are able to perpetuate this this genre and keep it going. So it's not just it'll.
Marvel's next romantic comedy?
There you
I'm
go.
not kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm being serious. Well, who would you do?
We could do Hawkeye and Mockingbird.
Is that a
It
comedy?
it could be like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith kind of a thing, you know? Action,
there you go.
romance,
There you go.
comedy.
That works. I like
I
that.
watch that movie.
I will not be surprised if they do get into that genre. They're already in the comedy kind of in a way.
Wait.
Wonder Woman's coming.
Wait, romantic comedy, Hank Pym and Janet Van
Ooh,
Dyne.
ouch.
Ooh,
No,
sweetheart.
Domestic. Nah. Let's pass on that one. You know about that, right?
When's Wonder Woman coming out? Just so Bubbles
Batman versus Superman, 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in that.
Yeah.
Well, that's up to DC because it seems to think.
Did you used to watch the Linda Carter Wonder Woman TV show?
You did?
Yeah, me too.
I bet she didn't watch it for the same reasons you did.
I watched. She was a superhero. She was hot. Linda Carter was
I see
hot.
that,
I
yeah.
had to learn how to do the spin, and the first time I
did.
ever got to wait on her at the Nordstrom that I worked at, I was.
Oh, you got to wait on her?
Yeah, she's from like the Bethesda area.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh,
She got
that's
to wait
cool.
on one of them. She a good tipper?
Well, it wasn't a.
It was
Yeah.
Nordstrom.
Oh,
It was
Nordstrom.
a
Sorry,
Nordstrom.
I'm thinking a restaurant.
Yes, she gave me a nice.
Yeah, she
scarf.
gave me a good. She gave me the
Bought me a
scarf she
scarf.
bought.
She said use sunscreen.
Did she do the spin? You should have asked her to do the spin. You should have asked her to do the spin.
No, she was known for no. You
Oh,
didn't
she
ask
wasn't
her to do
having-
stuff for her movies or anything like that.
Oh, she wasn't nice.
How old were you at the
No.
time?
19.
Okay, so you're maybe like
Long
a
time
little
ago.
starstruck, intimidated. It's Wonder Woman for
Oh no,
God's
we
sakes.
were told because she used to shop in there all the time. It's like you pretend like you don't know who she is.
No kidding.
Oh, I would have got fired. I'd be like, oh my God, it's Wonder Woman.
Right.
I'd spin around, get dizzy, pass out on the floor. Yeah, that would not be good.
No.
All right.
So, anyways, movies, subsidizing movie genres, comic book movie genres. Do it. Why not?
Like I said, I'm happy that there's no origin.
Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah,
Origins.
Jesus. Speaking of that, now we talked about. Yeah, I was thinking about Wonder Woman spinning.
No
worries. Yeah. Anyway, Marvel, Time Warner. We talked
Yeah,
a little bit
there's
about
talk
this,
about this.
but now it's getting a little bit more heated that possibly Disney could buy Time Warner. Now,
Disney could buy everything.
that's not. Is that good? I don't think that's good.
I know.
What do you think?
No, I
Creates
was
a
thinking
monopoly.
Of all of the, what are those things? Amusement parks.
All right.
Yeah,
So now we
I
can
thought
have-
We can do that.
So, well,
Yeah, but we already have
yeah,
Marvel and DC at
and now,
amusement parks.
and now Star Wars.
You know,
Yeah, but
because
then maybe it
DC is
would
at
be
Six
one thing.
Flags.
You wouldn't have to have like Universal tickets and I don't know.
All right.
I never thought about that though.
Huge
No,
cartoon
she's
Wonderland.
just thinking when she takes her kids next
Yeah,
year.
well,
She
there you
just
go,
wants a
saving some
deal.
money. So when I buy one season pass for
Well, that's it.
$250,
Don't you have?
instead of going to 5, I can go to 15 because it's owned by one company now.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this Marvel buying Time Warner.
Creatively,
I'd be scared about what they would do
agreed.
integrating the Marvel.
Aquaman could get with Ariel.
What? Wow, that was just woo. Okay.
If
All right.
our listeners could just see the way her eyes lit up when she came up with that one.
Aquaman could find Nemo.
There you
All
go.
set.
There you go.
He can talk to Nemo too. See,
Yeah, 'cause
there you go.
Namor's too much of a jerk.
Yeah, right. He'd eat Nemo. Oh my God. Creatively, do you think though, because DC, there's the Marvel way, and then there's the DC way. I mean, creatively, I think we'd get stagnant, wouldn't we?
I don't know.
And would it finally stop
it'd be
fanboys
weird.
saying I'm a DC guy and a Marvel guy? Who are you gonna Are you gonna piss off Marvel fanboys, or is it gonna piss off DC fanboys? I mean, there could be an outrage of this.
Yeah, it would be real rocky for a while.
I think so. I don't think it'd be a good purchase.
What if you incorporated like all the technology of Pixar into the?
Well, you're talking about movie-wise?
Yeah.
Well,
That'd
we're
be
talking
cool.
comics as well. Movie-wise, yeah, I don't see why
I mean,
not. But you got Disney.
Which is the
You know,
Pixar,
they're-
the technical.
Yeah,
Well,
but
Pixar.
I think Pixar split off from Disney,
Yes.
but they do work closely in conjunction with Disney for all these
Right.
years. Yeah, but even to this point where Disney is making their own animated, like Frozen, that wasn't Pixar, that was all Disney.
I never saw that.
Mhm.
Really?
Nope.
Oh, my
I
daughter
let
loves it.
go.
What'd you say?
Just let
Did
it
you
go.
say Let It Go?
I did. I said
That's
I let it
funny because
go.
that's one of the songs in
Go.
the.
Yeah, I know. I've never seen the movie, and I hate that song.
Hi, Mr.
you hear it
Kaminsky.
Everywhere.
How are you, sir? We got notes?
Notes and notes and notes.
Oh, okay. I can.
DW
sure.
doesn't take subtlety well.
You
You are
just
handing me something. I will read this note aloud on the.
Did I say that? No, you just did and ruined it. All right.
So obviously we know.
I will not do that to you after the podcast, Chris.
All right, let me say this. Bubbles is obviously excited for Marvel to buy DC, for the two of them to get together. Skip, what do you think?
What do you think as a creator, writer? What do you think that? Do you think it's a good would be a good purchase?
Business makes the world go round. So I'm looking at it I'll look at it from both sides. From a creator standpoint first. I think from a creator standpoint, it could get a little confusing. But from a business standpoint, if we're going to continue to grow this industry, it may be the necessary evil to keep propelling where the direction we're heading. It's tough. Like I said, it's tough. That's the two big guys. It's just a different world that I'm in.
Right.
Correct.
It's hard to even comment. But I'm DW said a few minutes ago, you're a DC fanboy or a Marvel fanboy. I don't know why you can't be both.
Right.
I'm both.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm both.
but
I don't like every book in Marvel, and I don't like every
right.
book in DC, but I enjoy both. It's not like I'm going to say DC, you suck.
And these guys that make these acquisitions and things like that and mergers, they're smart. I think that they probably could silo them and make it work. I think that's why they're so successful already.
Right,
I think
right.
it could work from a business standpoint. It could work if you've got smart guys running the companies. Then you'll silo them and let them continue to do their own creative
Too many
spin.
chiefs,
Right.
not enough Indians. That's a lot of egos in one room.
So maybe you lose some people. You probably.
I'm
you
sure there
certainly
would
do.
have to
There'll
be
some
cleaning house
attrition. Yeah,
somehow.
they will.
But would you clean out your Jeff Johns and Jim Lees? Definitely
No.
not. But are they going to get along well with Joe Quesada and some of the
But
other
who's to
guys?
say that they really have to interact? DC's offices will still be based out west, and Marvel would still be in New York City.
Well, Marvel has two offices. They're out west and New York City. New York City is just the accounting and merchandising. It's none of the comic books and stuff like that. They're out in California.
I don't know
So
if I
that would-
answered that well enough, to be honest with you. From
What's
some
that?
of the fanboys we have out there, and I don't know that I answered that well enough. It's tough. It's a tough one.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's
It's
just
kind of
it.
a struggle.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just took it for face value, comics, movies, it might be cool in the beginning because now we'll finally get, instead of the crossover events with Superman and Spider-Man, now we could see possibly them all the time. But are we going to be bored?
I don't want to see that all the time.
But what I'm saying is that's what
Well,
I'm
I
saying.
don't want to see
That's
it.
what I'm saying. Shut up.
I still can't get
We're going to
the,
get sick of it. All of a sudden now it's okay. It was great in a crossover. Great in a 6-issue mini
Right.
event. But now I'm bored with this.
I still can't get the visual of Aquaman banging Ariel out of my head. It's like, sorry.
First off, how old is she? And isn't that kind of like?
Well, she's old enough now.
She's
Are
old
you
enough
sure
now.
she's old?
There's Little Mermaids.
Okay,
What?
well, what they do underwater stays underwater. I don't want to know anything. Well, we're sitting behind us here, Rob, and we got some cosplayers. Rob, you got your mic on? You don't have
Hey,
to-
what's going on,
what's
guys?
going on? What do you think? I saw you
Where'd
putting
you
your
get that
hands up.
microphone?
I gave it to him.
He just
Magic.
he
He
just
comes with his
he
own
just comes in with a
microphone.
microphone.
Magic.
More importantly, I thought you were going to say where you're getting that shirt.
It's a
Look
nice
at that
shirt.
nice shirt
It's a
you're wearing
brand
there.
new Fanboys Inc. shirt.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
But I see your hands and your facial expressions going on with this conversation. What do you think?
I don't know.
Are you a Marvel or DC guy? Or
Eloquent.
Yeah.
Well, here's the pisser about the whole thing is I was brought up on old school Marvel, and for years that's what I've been on. Even now coming back into the comics, Thor, X-Force, very specifically those two. Like I see DC's got some really good stuff out there, but
Mhm.
me
Get your mic a little closer there.
merging them together,
There you go.
not so much a good idea. I think, you got the two different universes, the two different brands. Let the brands be what they are. If somebody wants to cross something over, they get the proper permissions across the line, go for it. I mean, if down, maybe 5-10 years from now, we want to see like DC and Marvel team up for a movie, I know that's going to go through a lot of red tape and a lot of crap, but
I would never want to see that.
I don't know. There's certain
Well, you know what's
characters
so
out there
funny?
where it just might work.
I didn't even
You
think,
never-
I didn't even
the
think
movie.
of characters crossing
Oh, God,
over
that
into
was
another
horrible.
characters. I didn't think of that.
What's
and I'm
that?
the creator. I should have I'm not thinking of
Superman and
Crossing
Spider-Man
Superman,
getting together.
Yeah, I didn't even
I'm
think that
thinking,
at all.
Yeah.
That I think would be horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
really
it would be
don't-
cool on
I don't
short
like-
term, and not
Yeah.
for every day.
Right,
would
yeah.
get bored of it.
Like
The
case in
Superman,
point,
Spider-Man
Like a
issue.
small thing here and there,
Yeah, yeah.
but not
Not
like
superior
all-
Superman, Spider-Man.
Well, I mean,
No,
case in
I don't
point,
do that.
DC has absorbed Wildstorm, Jim Lee's company.
Yep.
So now we're seeing the Wildcats in
Yep.
the DC universe.
Grifter.
And I remember, when I first was seeing Grifter around, I'm like, well, it's kind of left me feeling weird. Like,
Yeah.
it was prickly.
Right.
I didn't like it.
Right.
I don't like
he felt
change.
he felt out of place in the
Yeah.
DCU.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it.
Yeah.
And now all of a
it's-
sudden we're going. I mean, what would happen? We would fold in all these origins of all these characters, and then they would wipe the whole universe clean, and then just start over with a giant DC Marvel mashup
Crisis
universe.
on Infinite Earths again? Oh boy.
Something.
Crisis of Future Past. What?
Yeah,
Crisis
exactly.
of Futures Past. I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be stopped before anything happens. I mean, obviously, if there's enough money and one guy says, "Okay, we're going to sell to you," I think it's not going to get that far. I think there's going to be too many people saying nay against this.
Yeah.
Let's hope not. I personally, it would be great, but long term, I don't think it's going to be
Hostile
profitable.
takeover.
Let's protest.
I don't think they'll do that. I don't think they would do that.
Why not?
It'll be a gentle takeover.
I don't know. I mean, it depends on how much money it's going to be offered. I mean, Time Warner's willing to sell, but that
Right.
I don't know. I could see Time Warner possibly. I mean, I don't know if they're hurting. I don't know the financial situation, why they're willing to sell. I could see Time Warner telling Disney no. But at the same time, depending on the amount of money of what it's worth more than what Disney wants to give them, I don't know.
Right.
I mean, I could see Time Warner saying no, just because of the Marvel affiliation.
Maybe they'll trade them. We'll trade you Marvel. We'll take DC.
I'll trade you that Spider-Man
Exactly.
2099 one for.
Maybe they'll just do character. We'll trade you Spider-Man for Batman. And all of a sudden, Batman's in the Marvel universe.
That'd be
I don't think that would happen. You're going to take their most popular. Yeah, well, just swap
Let's
characters.
swap the two most popular characters. I'm kidding. That would never happen. It's
So-
ridiculous.
Rob, who's with you today? I see you came down. I saw you've been posting. Thank you so much for posting
Yes,
our podcast
absolutely.
links.
You
and
know,
everything
like I
down.
said, we're all in the same area. We back each other up. We help each other out.
Why is it always
for
back to?
helping me.
Why is it back to
Thank-
the spooning again? Why
Thanks
do
for helping me
you
move last week.
Oh,
What?
you like
Yeah.
the sporks, buddy. You
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
sporks. No, yeah, we came up today. You guys gave us the heads up on the podcast. I had some books I had to come and grab anyway. So
I'm loving the
hell
green
with it.
hair.
Yep,
I'm loving it.
we got Tessa up here. She's dressed as Chick Joker. I came
Joker's
up,
daughter, maybe.
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 No.
I don't know. Anything's
No.
possible.
Listen, no.
Oh, she's shaking her head.
No,
She
no,
said-
no.
The green and green goes well.
Yes.
That's when I'm gonna get a selfie.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we're getting selfies
Go
here.
for it.
They're ussies now. They're not selfies. Selfies are single.
Yeah, no.
Two people are called
yeah, what's up
ussies
with that?
now.
What's up?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Oh.
in Wikipedia now. Isn't it? No, it's ussies, not hussies. That's a whole different photo. I think they have books out on that too.
I
Right?
think they do. Yeah.
Okay.
I could be wrong. Strange things happen.
Yes. Now what do we got coming up this weekend? Tessa, you gonna be here this weekend?
Saturday for Depot Day.
What?
No.
What?
Oh, she's got to work too.
What is this crap?
Work.
You need to tell your bosses. You know what? These are important days, and you should get a paid day off.
I know next year.
Do you want me to call your boss? I'll call him. I'll call him and say,
I
hey,
know
listen.
next year we're planning in advance for all these different trips and trying to come up with ideas. But,
Okay, cool.
Right now we're all kind of in a pinch. We're kind of bound to our jobs for the time being.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
So you guys
but-
coming to New York Comic Con?
Not this year, but next year definitely.
Well, what if you just come for the Unit 5 Drift premiere party? That,
Just shoot
Dude,
them
I
down.
come
wish
down
I
for the
could,
night.
man.
Get the gang all in the van.
Toss him in the trunk. Toss him in the
Yeah,
trunk.
Get the Scooby Doo van, the mystery van, and then come on down to the city.
Sucker Moms drive vans. What? No, I'm kidding.
Speaking of this Saturday, it's going to be Depot Day, August 23rd.
I know.
will
I keep
be-
telling everybody to come up for
Yes,
that.
definitely. We're going to be podcasting
Everybody.
as always. I can't wait.
Very
We're going to have our
excited.
Today Show moment. I think that's Joe's favorite portion of
Oh yeah,
of
'cause
the
all-
podcast. Everybody's hanging out behind the windows and having our Today's Show moment. We are going to have a guest, Ron Mars, Nicole Jelinek, Richard Clark, and
Is Paul Harding going to be here?
no, Paul Harding is not.
Okay.
Damn.
One of our guests, David Rodriguez, he cannot. So we will have another mystery surprise guest coming in to fill his spot.
Cool.
They'll be here from noon to 4. All-day sale, 50% off back issues.
That's awesome. 20% off everything else in the store.
Except CCGs.
Yep.
And nothing on hold. So if you guys have stuff on hold, full price. Never give. I'm not repeating that. I think we.
People showing pictures and stuff.
Um,
What's up with that?
Is that now? Would that be
Memes.
classified as an ussy or a selfie? Because it's kind of got him in it.
That's a
doesn't it?
funny.
It's a funny. Yeah, it's got a lot of him in it. But yeah, all-day sale, 20% off everything, and that's new books right on the rack there. 20% off new
That's pretty
books.
cool.
Like I said, Ron Mars, Nicole Jelinek, Richard Clark, and a special mystery guest. It's going to be going on all day. The guest will be here from noon to 4. We'll probably be podcasting 12 to 2, 12 to 1. We kind of pop in and out a little bit. You guys, the cosplayers will be here.
Yep.
We're
From
gonna-
what I hear, there's going to be a few of the cosplayers up here representing things.
Nice.
I didn't get an exact heads up as to who, but
Okay.
they
It's always
never
it's always a
disappoint.
cornucopia of guests. So we
Yeah. Yep.
tell Moon Knight not to wear black underwear when you're wearing your white uniform. And also tell him
Awkward.
Juicy just does not work for Moon Knight. Okay. Tell him to not do that. Okay.
Commando.
I'll take the black underwear. Thank you.
There are limitations
Yeah,
to friendships.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, sometimes. Not all the
But
time.
anyway, join us here at 514 Broadway, just inside Saratoga Springs at the Comic Depot. It's going to be fun. We'll be here as always. What else we got going? Let's do another event. Can we do
let's-
another event? We got another event.
Oh, promoting another
Yeah.
one?
Can we
Got
do
a
another
big
one?
coming?
Which is tied in with the
Kirby
Depot
Day.
Day, Kirby Day. That's right, August 28th at the Schmaltz Brewery.
In Clifton Park. It's a Thursday.
Yes, Thursday, 4 o'clock,
Come in.
4 to 7, 4 to 7, I believe.
Yes.
4 to 7. Paul Harding, Ron Mars,
47, 48.
Tom Rainey,
It's 4 to 8 p.m.
4 to 8. A bunch of other
Attendees
guests.
will receive, and I love this one,
A piece.
a piece of birthday
Piece
cake.
of ass
It
or a
literally
piece of
says it on the
Hey,
poster.
hey.
Attendees will receive a piece of birthday cake and 5 Schmaltz beer samples with complimentary glass.
Yes, and labels. Schmaltz is also
Sounds
doing
good.
a special brew, and Paul Harding did a awesome label, custom
Yep.
label,
Yep.
King Kirby beer that Schmaltz Brewery is brewing up special for us, and portions of the proceeds to the sales of the cases and 6-packs go to the Hero Initiative.
Very cool.
So I think
Very
that'll be
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
So check
Cool.
that out. We'll be down there. Like I said, a bunch of guests will be down there to be signing, sketching. Yeah, it's a good time. I got Paul to do me a special sketch.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Nice,
that,
man.
The question is, are you guys going to be casting down there?
No, sadly
No?
not.
Just boozing.
We're just gonna be boozing.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
You know?
We work too much.
I'll come
I think not that I don't mind podcasting, but we want to mingle.
I'm
you know?
still,
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Take a
still
day
just
off,
gonna walk
man.
around
Do
with
it
a
up.
microphone though. Just pretend I'm on.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't
Mess with the
encourage
masses a
him.
little
Don't encourage him.
Don't encourage me.
Yeah, don't do that because you will be like duct taped around
I
his neck
will.
or something. Little headset. You'll
Duct
talk
tape.
in your newsroom voice the whole
Oh,
entire
sure.
time during the pod
Yeah, that's
or
right.
during the show.
Coming up next, I'm gonna slam a beer. OBW with sports.
Oh my God! Next, we're gonna talk to Ron Mars. Yeah, so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, looking forward to that one. That'll be good to get out and just hang out.
So come and join us. You can get tickets on. I'll put up the link. I can't remember the exact link. I believe it's www.eventbrite.kirby.com. KirbyParty.com.
KirbyParty.eventbrite.com.
There you go. Thank you. There you go. And we'll put that link up on the podcast page and on Facebook.com. So get them while you can. They're going to sell out quick.
Didn't I hear you could also get the tickets elsewhere?
I
mistaken?
don't know if they can get them here. Mr. Kaminsky. Yes, sir. Are you able to buy tickets for Kirby Day here yet? Yes, sir. Oh, there you go.
I'll have to call the big man, but I believe so.
Okay, there you go. You can come right down to the Comic Depot, just inside Saratoga Springs at 514 Broadway to get your Kirby tickets. It's going to be fun. We're going to have fun. I think I'm going to bring a recorder anyway, as much as you joke.
Okay.
I'm bringing a recorder.
Bring it.
I'm
Let's
gonna
do
bring
it.
I'm going to bring it.
All right.
So you're going to be there?
Oh, I'm
Are
going
you
to
guys
be there
dressing
hell or
up?
high water.
Hey, look who comes in. Mr. Darren, we have a question for you.
Very important one.
Kirby Day tickets. Okay, there you go. You can
Oh.
get them today, everyone. Get
I
them
know
while
what
they're
I'm doing
hot.
after the
Awesome.
podcast.
Awesome. Are you dropping off money for us? I'll take change. Is it rolled?
Change is
What's the
good.
date? What's the date again?
28th, August 28th.
August 28th.
So
It's a Thursday.
Next Thursday.
It's going to be a fun time.
Payday.
Think about it.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah, I'll be
Think
coming back
about
from New York.
it.
I'll be
What?
coming back from the city, so I may be able to.
That's cool.
You should have.
Pop on in.
Why don't you just come back this weekend for Depot Day too? You know what? Just move here.
This is the center of the comic book universe. Despite what people thought is not Elliott, Maine.
Don't joke. This is the
Nexus
center.
of realities is here, baby. It's
Although
here.
Jeff Johns vacations in York Beach, Maine.
Does
I
he?
see that in Forever Evil, they're always in York.
Oh,
Maine.
there
Oh, yeah?
you go.
He likes that
We're gonna
for
stalk
some
him.
reason.
We're gonna stalk
How
him.
far down the road is that from you?
Oh, it's 10 minutes.
I'm
Nice.
kidding.
We're stalking him. Find
Well,
out when it
Have
goes.
you ever wandered around town looking for him?
No, although he is my favorite.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Who's that?
Jeff
Johns?
Johns. I say
Oh,
that every
yeah,
time
yeah.
I come on.
I love Jeff Johns.
Yeah.
Jeff Johns,
Yeah.
Jim Lee. I like him.
But yeah, he's an awesome writer.
Yeah.
And he does that
Simple.
Aquaman character you're so fond of.
That's right.
Think since we're thinking or talking about shops in the center of the universe, I want to give a special shout out to Shannon, the owner from Max Toys and Games from Kentucky, who listened to last week's
Oh, that's right.
podcast and heard me saying that I could not get the first printing of 2099, Spider-Man 2099, and miraculously on Monday, I have a first printing of 2099 sitting in my mailbox.
Nice.
Yes.
That's
pretty
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, so
Very nice.
Shannon, thank you so much for sending that. You rock. Check out Max Toys and Games on Facebook.
And they're going to have Unit 5, correct? If they
Yes,
want Unit
yes,
5?
they've talked about having Unit 5 in their store, and I will put you in contact with Shannon,
Perfect.
the owner. Great guy. If you want to listen more about what's going on with Max Toys and Games, go over to RSRG out every Monday. Philip Broyles has been doing what we do here, recording right at the store, and him and Shannon have been talking the last couple of weeks, so you'll be able to actually listen to Shannon and his views on things. And once again, man, thank you so much for sending that. That was awesome. I did not expect that.
That
I
is
thought
very
that was
awesome.
really cool.
And you know what? That's a great segue too. Speaking of comic shops, we got to discuss this real quick as well. Pristine Comics, the owner Darren Adams is currently selling his copy of Action Comics
Yes.
#1, CGC'd at a 9.0. Action Comics #1, of course, is the first appearance of Superman 1938. 4 days left on this eBay auction. It is currently valued at $2 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
That's
crazy.
freaking insane.
He was
Part of
on.
the
It's
bubble.
funny. He was
Part
on
of the bubble?
I don't know. I think this defies the bubble. This
That's
sits
insane.
outside
the
bubble.
last highest one was Nicolas Cage's that sold 2 years ago.
How much?
How much did that sell for?
Wasn't for $2 million though. I think it was just below $2 million.
Wow.
What was the?
Insane.
Was there?
Yeah,
There was no
Personal
grade.
that one.
Okay.
There's no grade on it. But the buyer or the seller was on Kevin and Bean yesterday, and I listened to Kevin and Bean. That particular book has changed hands 4 or 5 times. Each of them holding them on
Wow.
for a few years. The guy who had it didn't even know what he had.
Yeah, like
The original buyer
I
didn't
watched,
even have it.
I watched a little video on the eBay auction. There's a little
Yeah.
video you can watch, and yeah, they the guy said it was like the guy lived in like the mountains of Virginia, had it in an old cedar chest, where it just was able to maintain its pristine condition. And man, that's freaking incredible. So Christopher Reeves also the Christopher Reeves Foundation gets a percentage of the proceeds as well.
Oh,
So
that's
very
cool.
go on
Right.
eBay, just type in Action Comic #1, just look for the one that's valued at $2 million and throw your bid in there.
I want somebody who's got the balls and say 2.5 to rise the rate
Right.
up, and then watch nobody bets, and then you got to come up
And
with
it-
2. Now what
Oops.
happens with that?
What?
You're the eBay guy. Not this 2.5 million, but let's say
Like
you bid $500 and you want to drive. Somebody wants to drive the bidding up, and all of a sudden it stops at 500. What happens to you if you don't pay?
Well, it depends. If you're a person that does this constantly, eBay would pretty much just suspend
Shut
your
you
account
out.
or kick
Okay.
you out. Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm sure some people have done that.
Yeah, unfortunately, shill bidding is a real thing on eBay.
Okay.
Or are you just saying like somebody just messing around?
No. Show. I mean, like if you, not that you do this, but you put out a toy and you want to get $400 for it. All of a sudden, it's 2 days left and it's only hitting like 150. All of a sudden, there's 175. There's 180. You're getting your friends or
Right.
whoever. I'm sure. Does that happen a lot?
I don't know.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I think it happens more than it should.
Okay.
Yeah, and it can
Something
be
to
really
watch out
frustrating.
for.
Yeah, because I've
Mhm.
been victim to shill bidding where people bid my items up. to a-
Shill bidding. Did you coin that phrase? Shill
No.
bidding? Okay, that's a
That's like you can. It's
Okay.
like it's an eBay
Google it.
term.
Google
yeah,
it.
You can.
shill bidding.
Shill
Okay,
bidding.
Learn something today.
Yeah, there you go.
Google it.
So yeah, it stinks. So do not go on this Action Comics #1 and
Yeah, don't
bid
try
$3
to-
million trying to be a
There you
D-bag.
But they can't come after you legally. I mean, if it's a
Man,
bid,
I-
right?
For this amount of money, I
No.
would go after somebody legally.
Oh yeah.
I would want their heart.
Now eBay's got a nice percentage coming from that sale.
Yes.
Yeah. What is
Yeah.
the standard percentage that eBay takes from a
I
sale?
forget. Like eBay takes a percent. Well,
PayPal takes a percent.
to list it is 10 cents. And then I think they get, like 10% of the final value.
So they
and
get
then-
$200,000.
And then
Okay.
say somebody was to pay this $2 million price tag through PayPal. PayPal takes
Takes a
takes a
1.27,
percentage,
I believe.
something
percent.
like that.
No kidding. So
It's
they just made
incredible.
out pretty well.
Absolutely incredible.
Wow. Very
But
nice.
very impressive. Action Comics #1, if you want it for your collection. I know Brad was thinking about it. Action Comics #1.
He's not looking.
Nah, that's all right. So go to eBay.
Nice.
Buy that shit.
So yeah.
You
Did-
saw it?
See, well, why didn't you just listen? See, you should have just listened to what we said. Shill biller. Shill bitter. Better. Thank you for listening to Fanboys Inc. We are now done for the day. More movie news. We're bouncing all around. Paul Rudd. We saw the first on-set images of Paul Rudd
Marvel
as Ant-Man.
releases the
He's
first.
in a hoodie. Who cares?
Well, that's honestly
Gives
literally
a crap.
what I've
It's a-
heard.
it's
Marvel
a
released
ability.
his first official pick of Paul Rudd as Scott Lang. Ooh, looks just like
Him
Paul
walking
Rudd.
down the street. Yeah.
He looks like
in
Paul
New York
Rudd.
City. But
how incredible.
surprisingly, I'm happy they've even gotten this far. I
Yeah.
didn't think it was even going to go in.
Man.
I wouldn't even think it.
I'm not excited about that.
You know, here's what I think. I heard it's going to be a heist flick.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, superhero heist movie. I love heist movies.
So there you
Ever
go.
seen
Another
Italian Job, Ocean's 11,
Good
no
movie.
superheroes in
but
it.
with
though.
Ant-Men.
Both Ant-Man. But no, don't say thank you very much because it wasn't that funny.
I wasn't. Gonna say
Okay. Usually that's your thank you very much stance. I'm surprised they even got that far with all the problems.
Right.
With Edgar Wright leaving,
Lost
three
everybody.
writers leaving, 3 actors
the
bouncing
actors.
out.
I think that's the writing's on the wall. I think.
Well, that's what I had said a few months
They
ago.
just pulled the plug.
But that's what I said. Going,
Stupid.
could
Just
Marvel?
on
That's
to
one
the
that
next.
could. That's one that people are gonna go. You know, all these comic book movies. That sucked.
Right.
And that's the one that'll leave a bad taste in their mouth.
And
you
then
know what I
this
mean? That's
start the beginning of the end.
Yeah, that's.
Well, we said that a
Yep.
few months ago. Going, this
It's
could
shitty.
this be the collapse of Marvel? I mean, I'm exaggerating.
There
but
was
this
potential
could
that
be.
Guardians of the Galaxy could have been that movie too.
Yes.
You know,
Oh, very
I
much
was
so.
nervous as hell. Like,
Yep.
you know,
Right.
I love the superhero team and it looked cool and I was excited, but it's like nobody knows anything about these characters.
No.
I have no idea. Like, you don't know.
Right.
I'm glad
Ant-Man, though. I mean.
I know.
No.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Get rid of the Ant-Man movie. Let's push the Deadpool movie.
Would be sick.
Yeah,
Yup.
that Deadpool footage
Oh,
from
man, they
Comic
need to
Con was
do it.
awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what's going on with that?
What the Deadpool
Tessa,
with
come here,
what?
Tessa, and tell everybody.
With
Tell
what?
all our listeners. The Deadpool movie.
Oh yeah.
You tell me.
You tell me.
You want to see the Deadpool movie, but tell me anything else you know. I mean, are we actually going to see it?
I don't think we probably aren't.
Probably
as much
aren't.
as I want it to come out, let's look at the Deadpool video game that came out. Everyone's waiting for it, super excited. You pretty much play it once, you play it down, and you're done with it. You can watch the playthroughs and get the same effect. Now, is the Deadpool movie going to be like that, or what are they going to do with that?
The clip was cool.
Yeah.
Now, who owns the rights? Is it a Marvel or is it a Fox? It's a
I
Fox,
think it's
right?
Fox,
It's Fox,
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I think they said it
I mean,
was
then you could
Fox.
tie it in with the X universe, obviously. I mean, and do they own the rights to cable? That's the other question. I would assume probably yes, because he is a big character.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean they own all the X-Men. We've already talked about that. Because Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are in the Avengers. So
Yeah.
there's...
They've been Avengers longer than they've been part of the Brotherhood.
But there was a big, huge issue with that. I don't think it matters who was there longer. It's what was the initial deal. So I'd like to see it. I don't want to see Ryan Reynolds in it. I just don't. I mean,
There's
I
so
like
much
him, but I don't
mainstream
give a
appeal
crap.
though for Deadpool.
What are you? Ryan Reynolds is like the perfect Deadpool.
Yeah.
Like the perfect,
Right,
and we
okay.
saw that
And
in
we
the clip.
sewed his mouth shut and didn't hear him talk. It
yeah,
was
they
great.
ruined his character in Wolverine Origins, but no, man, that clip that came out at San Diego Comic-Con, that was perfect. They nailed it.
We all have our own opinions, Joe.
Right, and yours are usually
Yours suck.
wrong.
No, actually, no, they're not. Anyway, I mean, I'd like to see it. I think it'd be, as long as they treat the character
hang on
more like a
second.
comic book.
Alex is messaging me. Ant-Man is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Remember what you said about Guardians? Laugh out loud. Insert.
Yeah.
Insert. I didn't finish that, but yeah, no, I thought Guardians of the Galaxy. I swore to Alex that it was
You
gonna
said
be
that.
too juvenile.
Yeah, that's
No
what you
kidding.
said to me, and I told you you were wrong.
I guess I was.
You guess?
Yes.
I don't think it
You wanna-
was.
you
I
wanna-
don't,
you
I
wanna
don't think
see-
it, I did see it twice, but as I said before, but I don't know. Ant-Man. I think Alex. I think for the record, I think Ant-Man's going to suck. So anyway,
You know what? I don't think it's gonna suck, but it doesn't. I don't even mind not seeing it until it hits DVD. I don't
Yeah.
even know if I'll go to the theaters for it. Like Guardians, I'm not a huge Guardian fan like Joe is, even though it's not the original Guardians. I couldn't. I mean, I waited a week and it was driving.
Badass?
no,
Well, it depends on what
Paul
Ant.
Rudd?
Well, what Ant-Man? We're not gonna do Yellow Jacket, right?
no.
It's
This is
gonna
going to
be
be the
Ant-Man.
Scott Lang version
Yeah,
of Ant-Man,
Yeah.
which is single dad, ex-convict turned superhero. I don't know. I mean, at first there was a Ant-Man series that came out a couple years ago called The Irredeemable Ant-Man, and from everything that I think I only read like the first issue, but it was geared more towards comedy and humor. I was like, oh,
Right.
my first instinct when I heard about this Ant-Man movie was this is going to be a superhero comedy. I'm like, cool, bring it on. You know, and this
Right.
is getting into the whole thing I'm talking about, the movies, like breaking them into subgenres. Great,
Right.
that's fine. But now, from other things that I've read, I think out of San Diego Comic-Con, we're saying it's going to be more like a heist movie, and what
Yeah, we wrote it.
Michael Douglas is going to play Hank Pym, the older character who was originally Ant-Man, and then sort of the mentor-mentee relationship between he and Paul Rudd.
Going back to the romantic comedy thing, we could easily do Deadpool and Cable romantic comedy.
Well, yeah. I think he'd be so romantic.
It'd be less romantic comedy, more one of those like action buddy flicks, I guess.
Good cop, bad cop, cop buddies flicks,
That'd be
or
insane, yeah.
what was it? Oscar and Felix, Odd Couple.
I was thinking more
No, I think
48
it's
hours,
something-
but whatever.
48 hours.
I
There you go.
think the fans, though, and myself included, have to. There's going to be a hiccup somewhere. There's going to be a really
Somebody,
shitty
yeah.
one.
And let's
You know
hope
what I
it's
mean?
not.
Right. I mean, the odds are just simply.
It's got to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I
Well,
guess you can't
look at
get hung up on
DC.
that.
I think every one of their movies, besides the Batman franchise, has been a hiccup.
Well, that's it. You know,
So, they're taking care of it
DC
for
is
us.
the opposite. Like, oh, eventually they have to put out a good
Good
movie.
You didn't like Man of Steel?
It was all right.
I actually like Man of Steel. I thought
It's
it was
awful.
I thought it was great. I thought
Awful.
Zod was awesome.
No,
I
it
thought
sucked.
I liked
I
it,
hated
actually.
it.
And
I did like Michael Shannon as Zod. He's fucking badass.
I think
I liked him as a
badass.
kid, but the whole movie
What the
overall,
hell's,
no.
what was the villainess name? What was her name?
I
She
don't
was
know.
badass too. Actually, you know what?
Stephanie.
That movie, I
What?
thought they wanted to be more adult, but
Beth.
it was. I think it was more. It was my kids liked it actually quite
Right.
a bit. My son and my one daughter liked it.
I thought it was too dark for Superman.
I
But
liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
it was all right.
You looking
Oh.
forward to Superman v Batman?
BVS.
Well,
BVS.
yeah, because I like Superman. Like I said, not the huge Batman and Batfleck. I'm excited for all of them. I will go
Right.
see any
Right.
movie that's this is the industry
This-
that I really am part of. So I'm going to support them all.
Right.
Even if I want to go see Ant-Man, even if it sucks, I'm going to go see
Right.
it.
Now we know that DC blinked and moved their release date from May 4th to March 25th. Good. Why are they moving it? Because they're scared. That's what a lot of people were thinking. I don't think so. I think it's a smart move. It's earlier. It's a good start to the movie season.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're scared. I think they wanted to push it ahead. Things are going smoothly for them.
Scared is too generous. Pissing in their parents terrified. I think that's more the
Yeah, right.
appropriate.
But I will say, I personally feel this movie will make or break anything they do again with comics. If they can't get this movie right,
Right.
they might as well pack it up for the next 5 or 6 years because
Yeah.
besides the Batman franchise, they've had nothing that's been really, really hugely
Solid,
successful.
yeah.
Yeah,
Time
solid.
Warner is just going to come walking into Disney
And just give it to them.
Take it. Just
our
take the
company,
damn thing.
please. If they don't do this well, this is going to kill them. I think it's going to hurt.
So
not
did
kill
Superman
them.
do horribly at the box office?
No, I don't think it did
I don't know. Don't look at me.
amazingly. It didn't
I'd
do
like to know.
amazingly stellar,
I'd
but
like
it
to
did
know.
well. It did
The whole
well.
Justice League thing is the best. It should
What do you
be.
mean? Oh, you're
Well-
saying like actually seeing the Justice League on the
Yes.
big screen?
Yeah, I
Well,
think
see,
for
like
me
I
and
said,
a lot of guys,
I
think
don't.
that are
We're not
my
going to
age.
see the full Justice League in this film. That's been pretty much stated, but you'll see like that sunrise, sunset, and probably the capes waving in the wind of all of them
Right.
together, the standard thing. And they already stated that the Justice League, there will be a Justice League next, and then Man of Steel 2, right after that, and then Shazam. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Who would you have for a Power Girl?
Who would play Power Girl well? Someone with a large chest.
Jenna Jameson.
I'm serious.
They
Like
didn't do a
she
good job
is-
with,
Actually,
with
that'd
Wonder
be
Woman. So
hilarious
what
to
makes you
see.
think they're going to do a good
Gal
job with that?
Gadot. No, Gal Gadot is
Gal
Wonder
Gadot
Woman.
is the new
Yeah, Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman,
Wonder Woman. She's a
and she.
For Power Girl.
Who would you?
Who is
The
she?
Thor movie. She was Darcy.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, she's
Oh,
in
they-
Thor. Yeah, she's in Thor.
Wait, say that again.
I said huge numbers.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay.
Her lips to God's ears. Make it so.
Make it so.
The fanboys approve of that.
And we did say
That's it.
you could CGI them in if you had to.
Really? Would they really bounce like they should if they were CGI? I don't think they can do that.
The silicone really
Too
bounce
far.
when you come
I
on.
don't know.
That's
Yeah.
right. Super bounce.
Well, right once again,
There we go.
um,
She does have
I would
some-
love to see the Justice League. Not in it. I like the premise of this, where they're going to form. I
She's
really
not
think it's
pasty,
going to
though.
be a new 52 merging with the Frank Miller universe, as we saw with the Mecha armor.
Right.
He's older. We've seen pictures of him with gray hair. He's chubbier. I like that feel out there, merging those two together. It's going to be that dark feel. Obviously, if you saw that clip with Superman glowing red eyes, like, I'm going to go kick your ass, that's new 52 Superman. And I think that's the way they're going to go with this. And I do like that. I know you're going to have Cyborg in it, Aquaman.
That's right.
Ariel.
Yeah.
Man,
Oh,
she's
man.
adamant about it.
No, it's gonna be
Aquaman,
Bugs
Batman,
Bunny.
Superman, Wonder Woman. I think there's one more. We just put up an article. Possible Metallo is already seen in some of the imagery. He was wearing the green screen socks, and they think that it was for digital effects, and it might be the actor that's playing Metallo.
That'd be
That is
interesting.
cool. I mean, now you have Lex Luthor, you have Metallo. He's starting. What was the Justice
Couple of
Friends?
theaters.
The evil
Oh, the Legion of Doom.
Legion. I wonder if we're gonna get the Legion of Doom.
Right?
Are we gonna see Grodd? That would be cool. We do see Grodd in the. We do see Grodd in a possible Flash.
I was
TV
going to say,
series,
isn't
too.
Grodd more of a Flash villain than a Justice League or anybody else villain?
Well, he was in the.
Yeah, but so was
in
the
team.
Flash.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Flash isn't going to be in the movie.
Well,
Love the Flash.
yes.
It's
Did
cool.
you see?
It's
Did
got
you
a cool
see? Did you see the?
Oh,
Did
yeah,
you see the
best.
Flash leaked pilot?
Did you post it?
I didn't post it.
No, then I haven't.
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's
It's
awesome.
exclusive. I'm
do you think?
Fanboys Inc. exclusive.
Yeah.
That's all I watch.
Yeah.
All my news
Yeah.
comes from Fanboys Inc.
Yeah.
You like that?
I have it in my
Guilty.
Dropbox.
All right.
It's good. It's really good. You'll enjoy it. They did a great job of it. There's a lot of teasers in it too.
Nice.
All I got to tell you is that there's an ape cage. That's all I'm going
Oh.
to tell you. That's pretty
Nice.
cool.
I got to see it in that case.
Yes, I'll send you over a link. But yeah, I'm happy for it. Once again, we're circling around movies today as far as it's going to be too much. Is it too soon? We're not going to know until it happens. I think it's one of those things that's going to sneak up on us all of a sudden. Crickets. You know, okay, everybody's done watching comic book
it's going to
movies.
end up
But
coming to a point where they're going to overkill it. Like, one's going to try to outdo the other. It's just going to keep going. They're just going to put too much, too far, too fast, and it's just going to crush itself.
I
Yeah, but
said by
Is it
20
fair to say that's kind of where we're at now?
that they're what, killing it
No,
now?
no. My point is, though, I mean, you could make the argument that comic book movies are coming out,
Yes.
ad nauseum at this
Yes.
point.
Right.
Pretty soon
All
they're-
good things must come to an end.
So
Right.
if you wanted to do a romantic comedy, you can't because the movie theaters are filled with comic book movies.
Well, then
for the entire
all of a sudden
year.
we'll go back to westerns. Everybody will be about westerns again.
Tombstone was a great movie, though. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
It was a great
It's
movie.
great.
And
Oh, here we go. Here comes.
Around it was a western.
I don't
What's
get me
wrong with
I love
westerns?
westerns. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong.
She's a cowboy.
and you know how you can do that? Well, just have another good Jonah Hex movie. There's
Well,
your
that's-
western.
We're gonna
There
do
you go.
Rawhide Kid movie. That beloved Marvel
I'll
character.
be your Huckleberry DW. I know I'm feeling like I'm touching my feminine side today. I'm spooning. His
Sports.
Huckleberry.
It's
I
a
don't know
good-
what else I said.
it's a good
Yeah.
thing I'm not hanging. It's a good
I've
thing
not
I'm
yet begun to defile myself.
Yeah, it's a good thing I'm not hanging out after the pod. I'm out of here.
Brokeback Fanboys.
That was DW's favorite western.
Are you done now? Are you done?
He just finished what I started. So.
Yeah, I know.
Give
Yeah,
me-
I know
you
you're
can
done.
give
I
it
can
to me.
turn your mic.
I
I can
think-
turn all your mics off.
I think we're all done.
Where would you be without us?
Oh, I know exactly where I'd be.
What's that?
Jeez, DW, I'm starting to think you might need a new
What,
partner.
what westerns? Oh, 1,000 Ways to Die in the West. Did anybody see that movie? This Seth MacFarlane movie?
Sure.
No.
Catch up with
We,
I don't like
Aliens
Seth
and Cowboys.
MacFarlane. I'm a
Cowboys
fan.
and Aliens was a comic book.
I don't think.
There
I
you
don't
go.
like Family Guy. I don't like Seth MacFarlane.
Cowboys and Aliens.
Cowboys and
What
Aliens.
did he host? He host the Grant. What did he host? Oscars. He sucked. I don't like him at all.
Who's that? Seth?
Seth
Yeah,
MacFarlane.
I don't like him at all.
He's an idiot.
I hear
Yeah.
Kevin Smith's a big fan.
But you can't argue with the man's success.
No, you
sure.
can't. You
Say
can't.
that.
You can't.
You gotta respect that.
All right. It's new comics today.
Huzzah!
Joe?
What?
Would you pick up?
What did I get?
Don't disappoint the fans and say nothing.
I actually got two comic books today: Transformers: Robots in Disguise number 32 and New Avengers number something or other.
You're still picking it up?
23.
Are you waiting for it to? Are you buying it now just for it to end?
Well, I did thumb through this issue,
Because you
and
haven't given a good rating.
man,
at
I'll
all.
say I thumbed through this issue, and on the last page there is something nice which
It ends?
grabbed my attention.
Does it
Yeah.
say end? The
No,
end?
no. It says to be continued. And I'm in the middle of rereading Avengers vs. X-Men right now as well. That 12-issue series from
Okay.
a couple years ago.
Eh,
That was pretty good.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Like when it came out, I wasn't a big fan of it. And this time,
Isn't that when we
it's
started?
slightly better.
We started
We
collecting
started
again.
Fanboys
you know?
Inc. then.
Yeah, that's right. We start.
Chris Kaminsky doesn't like it.
Want to do that one more time, a little louder? That's a thumbs up from Chris Kaminsky.
That's what his thumbs up sounds like.
Yes, I wonder what his thumbs down sounds like if that's his thumbs up.
I did reread Thanos Rising though by Jason Aaron
Okay.
from last summer, and that was awesome. That's the retelling of Thanos'
Yup,
origin, which pretty much
origin.
paints him as a intergalactic spacefaring serial killer. Damn, that was a good fucking story.
Dude, it was.
Let's turn Dexter into a superhero.
Well, Marvel Comics does publish a Dexter comic,
Yeah.
or at least they did. Do they still make that? I don't care. Punchline. The punchline is, you want
for you too?
you want a good read? Go reread Thanos Rising.
I know. Is it any good, Chris? Okay.
No.
Enough said.
Enough said.
Never saw any of the show, Dexter. I think I left off season 3 like 4 years
Is
ago.
that all you have? Wait a minute. You got some bagged
I don't even
board
own a
books in
TV
there.
right
What
now,
else did
so-
you pick up?
TV?
Did you hit the dollar bin?
Yeah. Kaminsky told me about some classic Mask comic books DC
Oh.
published.
Wow.
Mask
Holy crap.
toys
Let
from
me
the
see.
1980s. A
Oh,
little bit of my
yeah.
childhood there.
We taled about that, but it's a little bit of a Unit
Give me
5.
a 5 in there.
Yeah.
Oh, you better change your helmet. Oh,
Let me
shit.
say
No,
that.
just kidding. Just kidding.
You gotta be shit.
Joe Martino, you been looking at Mask? No, just kidding.
So those are my picks today. What'd you pick up today?
What's the other issue? Is there another Mask one?
Yeah, just a couple Mask comics.
Who did the art in there? It looks familiar.
I have no idea.
That's pretty cool. Those are kind of. I remember Mask as a kid.
Yeah.
What did I
I
pick
don't
up
like
this
the
one?
art in this. This is terrible.
Yeah, the new Avengers book.
It's horrible.
I'm not a fan of the artist right now.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Mr. Walker, you just got denied.
Steve Epting was
Kev Walker.
But I can't draw
on
to
the
save
book.
my life, so
Right.
I
What did I
do
pick
have an
up?
opinion.
Oh, we know. Oh, we know that.
But I do have an opinion. Who can argue with that?
What did I pick up today? I got issue number 1 of Multiversity by Grant Morrison. This is where the multiple DC. How funny.
Is that Captain Carrot I see on the cover?
Yes.
The
Yes.
anthropomorphic superheroic rabbit.
Yes. You want to give the rest of the? Do you know the other ones?
I have no idea. There's Is
Is
that
that
Black
Susie?
Superman?
Is that Susie?
Oh, is that Mary Marvel?
Mary
Is it Black
Marvel.
Superman?
Yeah. It's multiple Earths. It sounds like they're merging some of the or expanding on right before what was it? Before Infinite Crisis, there were so many Earths.
Yeah.
It looks like he's going to be doing that a little bit with this as well. So you're seeing heroes. They're going to be focusing. Each issue or 2 issues will be focusing on a particular planet and the heroes within there. And I think they're like Earth 2. Then there's Apocalypse, the New Gods planet, and they have their standard numbers like 616 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was
So
gonna say, didn't Marvel tackle something like that?
go ahead.
I was gonna say, didn't Marvel tackle that years ago with Exiles? Coincidentally.
So this is a case of DC just following Marvel's footsteps.
I don't know about that. Maybe we'll see.
Oh,
Who
it's
knows?
Different universes, different rules, all that stuff. You know?
Right. What else you get over there, buddy?
Your favorite book again, New Avengers.
Hey, you're still reading that, huh?
I'm still. I like it.
Me too.
I know. I know you're waiting for it to end, but
I'm just waiting for something, the
To
status
happen?
quo to be changed.
you're waiting for
Yeah, it seemed like
you're waiting for
nothing-
the Hulk to show up after an hour into the movie. That's what
No,
you're
no,
waiting for.
well, I guess so. Yeah.
And my pick or my last one was Marvel's Ghost Rider 6. I do enjoy this.
Still liking
it's
that
not
book?
a deep, important book. It's a fun read. It's a fun read. They do mention that there's another Ghost Rider. Shut it, Chris.
Kaminsky's glowing endorsement from behind the counter.
What do you know? Go watch Dexter.
I respect your opinion.
Not.
You lie.
They make mention of a Ghost Rider in this book.
Mhm.
So either it's the Danny Ketch or Johnny Blaze. So there's 2 of them, and it's fun. I like it. I know you don't like the art.
No.
Check that out. It's good. I kind of like the art. It's the manga, but it's not. And I'm not a big manga fan. I don't know. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Ramos. Some of the big eyes and the way he draws. I do like it, and it depicts action very well.
Right.
Star Blazers-esque.
It's very stylized.
Yeah, very.
I kind of like it.
And I do have to mention
This is a big one.
the gem in
This
the
is pretty
room.
cool.
The gem in the room in my hand.
Do it.
New Mutants 98.
Wow.
Thank you, Mr. Darren.
Definitely.
What's special about that issue?
Say it.
It's in my hands.
And that's special. Any
That's-
comic
that's it.
any
Anything-
comic that's
yeah.
in DWC.
This is
special.
New Mutants number 98, the first appearance of Ryan Reynolds. And his mouth is not sewn shut. Yeah, I know. That's a whole different story. First appearance of Deadpool. Very sought after book. I know that for a while that it wasn't popular. I mean, there were so many in the 90s, so many, you could buy them almost. I almost wanted to say, Joe, correct me if I'm wrong, you might even be able to buy this at one point in a $1 bin.
No, never.
Never?
No.
Okay.
Deadpool's always been a popular character since
Not as
inception.
far as the prices the last few years have gone up quite a
Yeah,
bit.
yeah,
But what, maybe a $15 book, $20 book back in the
Yeah,
day? Maybe?
yeah, something like
Not
that.
anymore.
No.
No, it's the popularity of this book is, and it's in great shape.
Crazy.
So thank you, Mr. Daring. So that.
That's pretty
Nice.
We got some toy news.
A little bit toy news. Let's see. We have Smog, a giant fucking Smog action figure coming out from the Hobbit Battle of Five Armories upcoming movie with a 22-inch wingspan from Bridge Direct. That'll be coming out $69.95 in December of this year. Guardians of the Galaxy Marvel Legends figures are out in greater numbers. I was able to find them at Target and Toys R Us. The Battle of Endor Battle Pack, a Toys R Us exclusive with a $99.99 price point. It's going to come with like 8 action figures and like a giant ATST chicken walker, which is kind of cool. But here's the thing: I was at Toys R Us the other day. One of the stormtroopers was mispainted, so the guys.
It's a variant. It's a variant.
Yeah, right. The stormtrooper's eyes were not painted black, so he just had an all-white
Selling it
stormtrooper
on
head.
eBay right now for $200.
And this is not the first time that Hasbro has been screwing up with their stormtrooper figures in the last.
The Scout Trooper.
Yeah, that's a 6-inch speeder bike with Scout Trooper. His fucking eye goggles were not painted black either. So there's just a little.
What'd she say?
So before we come on, we're walking across the street, and I'm like, yeah, we're gonna talk about toys, and she looks at me, this is Bubble speaking. She's like, the only toys I'm interested in are the ones that vibrate.
We can make a vibrating stormtrooper. I know we can. I know we can.
Oh God, that's terrible.
Mom, why is the head off my Darth Vader?
Have you seen the? I wish I had it on here.
They make lightsabers that
They're
vibrate.
2 little kids with their comic or their like I don't know, superhero masks and stuff on, and they're taking their mom's toys.
Really?
Chappelle did that.
Oh,
Oh, no
really?
kidding?
Oh my
They really make vibrating
Smell your
lightsabers.
lightsaber. Alex,
They make
I
that.
don't doubt it. I was just saying it was really funny because the moms both walk out the door, and there's their kids.
And their kids.
With their swords.
Oh, that's funny.
That's kind of awkward.
I know.
Anyway. Oh,
Man, that's
Whatever.
it for toy news.
Yeah.
I gotta go take a cold shower.
Oh, is that all you have?
That's it.
Really?
Okay, I guess I was at my parents' house yesterday. I found my masked Switchblade missile to finally complete my Switchblade toy that I picked up here a couple of weeks ago. There's that.
You had the
Which
you,
is
You had the
nice.
missile, but you didn't have the rest.
Yeah,
of it.
I had the toy as a kid, and so I think I
Find
may
some
have
pieces
seen it
and
over
put
the
some on
years. My parents' basement. There's just a big pile of shit. So I went and dug through that pile of shit.
Oh.
Honestly,
Okay.
though, I can't follow that story, man. The fact that you're trying to even have me compete with it's like, no, just stop the whole podcast now.
I know. I wonder what's on her mind. Ariel, Aquaman, vibrating toys.
Truth.
She's got problems.
We're gonna start branding Fanboys Inc. vibrators. That's
Here's
that's
my
what we're
number.
Top
Call
seller.
me anytime.
Probably
I don't know. We'll have that at the Unit 5 booth. We'll have Unit 5 vibrator, the Drift vibrator.
The Unified Vibrator.
You could actually mold
With
just
4
penis.
It's one vibrator with
Could have
4
5
attachments.
settings.
So there you go. It's got the fingers.
Tech. Ollie. Yes.
Get the Bubbles fleshlight.
I think the Dom Dugan would be a top seller.
He's
He's kind of thick. He's kind of girthy.
Double-ended. All right, this is going down real
Welcome to
fast.
Porncast.
And that's what she said. All right, though, I don't know how to top that myself. Picks. Let's go right into picks.
Picks this week? Oh,
I want that.
don't
I want
know.
that vibrator they're just playing with.
Yeah, for real. Lightsaber dildo. No, I'm just kidding. That was
Sponsored
terrible.
by LucasArts. That's what I know.
That's terrible. My pick this week, I don't know. Guardians of the Galaxy Legends. Go out and buy them. Anything Guardians of the
Are
Galaxy.
you
Just go and
serious?
buy Guardians of the Galaxy merchandise.
said that last
I've
week.
said it before, and I'll say it again.
You can't do another one.
Let's see. I
Don't
guess
look around the store.
I have a 1985 mask
Oh,
Condor
we
toy.
didn't talk about that. No. How much,
Mask toy, 1985. Brad Turner on his Condor.
does the helmet come off?
It does.
Does it vibrate?
It doesn't yet. You have to put batteries in it.
Technology wasn't that good then.
Sculpt-
Imagine what they were like back in the day. You must have like
This is.
what an actual vibrator was like back in the day.
right.
I'm not impressed with
Okay,
this.
Yeah.
I am definitely not impressed with that. Wow.
Like churning
Got a
butter.
splinter.
Oh boy.
You're doing it wrong, man. You're doing it wrong.
Dirty cast today
For
on
real.
Wednesday.
Man,
See,
how
that's
did
what we get
our
from
our
Vitamin.
forefathers make it through?
All right.
How did our foreskin fathers?
Yeah. Goodbye, Joe.
What's your pick this week, pal?
I don't have one. I'm
Unit
still flustered.
5. That's
Yeah,
the
it's
team's pick.
That's
Yes,
right. The reboot.
Reboot at Unit 5. That's,
My pick
that's
is
Fanboys
coming-
Inc. pick.
My fanboy pick is going to be go to the Baltimore Con, go to the Granite State Con, New York City, or Rhode Island.
Okay.
They're all going to be there.
Cool. Go to
Um,
Kirby Day. Go to Depot Day.
Yes,
as
go
well.
to Depot Day
Do it.
this Saturday, 12 to 4. Guest Ron Mars, Nicole Jelinek, Richard Clark, and a mystery guest. Great sale, 20% off everything except CCGs, 50% off back issues, and Chris Kaminsky will sell you his shorts for $400.
What?
Yes. We have awesome Batman shoes, size 3, for going for $20 right now. They're worth $117.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Mr. Kaminsky does, don't you?
Somebody's got tiny feet.
Huh.
Yeah, they were little kid shoes. They're Batman shoes. They're pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
We just Darren just got them.
Small feet, huh?
Not
does
somebody
that
would buy. Hey, shh. I'm trying to get you some more money here, Chris. Teen. Awesome. So yeah, this Saturday, August 23rd, come down to Saratoga Springs, 514 Broadway to meet all your fanboy needs.
There it is.
Also, go make sure to check out Astronaut Inc. Joe St. Pierre has got the Liberator back up and running, his weekly comic, out every Tuesdays, I believe. I would advise you to follow it because you just might find a fanboy or two coming up. Just all I'm saying.
Cool.
Just saying.
You might check out unit5comic.com because I've heard that there's going to be a refresh there, and there may be some new artwork that you haven't seen and won't see until New York Comic Con.
Very cool.
There'll be somebody working on that.
Teasers.
Nice.
Yeah. Now I'm flustered again.
So that's it. Special thanks, Skip Winter.
Skip.
Bubbles.
Talk a little bit more before we sign off. I see that
Bubbles
we actually
Malone.
have the Drifts helmet.
The Drifts
here.
helmet. So yeah, I didn't talk too much about the short film,
yeah,
but the
let's
short
talk a little
film's
bit about it.
based on the comic book. If you guys have seen Band of Brothers, there's a component in here where Brian actually and we interview a couple of real first responders. Pretty moving, and the short film is absolutely ridiculous. Everyone that has seen it, they're very.
Feraldo, you did a fucking awesome job.
Yeah, Feraldo Comic Head. If you guys don't like his page, you're missing out.
Go to his page, facebook.com/comichead.
But for those that don't know Unit 5, I'll give it real quick. It's about 5 characters, all that have connected to 9/11. They either lost a family member injured in the attacks. And the book kind of pays homage to first responders. And it was my first experience of meeting a real first responder. And they normally, what we learned from them, we actually interviewed them, Brian and I, on the top of rooftop in Manhattan. They normally don't speak with anybody. You'll get to see them. There's going to be some teasers coming out on the Facebook page, Unit 5 Comic. So make sure you like our Facebook page. And like I said, there's a lot coming out of Unit 5 in the next 4 or 5 months.
Awesome.
Yeah, so and we make donations back to the FDNY too. So also, if you're listening to this, we're going to be premiering it, I think we said earlier, at the New York Comic Con after party Saturday night, October 11th. And you guys can come to the booth. Yeah, location be determined. You can come to the booth and get a golden ticket, which means you'll get in. So we'll have a limited number of tickets that we're going to be giving out. So
just like Willy Wonka.
Hopefully, yeah, exactly. Hopefully we'll see you all there.
Awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
That's right. I'm coming to see Bubbles.
Can I do a last minute pick? This was just a last minute pick. Savage Dragon 197. Check that out. When the person we were talking about, Will Smith. Yeah, Will Smith is John. Will Robson is doing the coloring chores for on that book. So check that out. And that came out today. So if at the Comic Depot, you might just see one on the shelf.
Nice.
So check that out. I'm excited for New York City. I'm still excited.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
road
too far
trips.
away. I mean, well, we got a ton of road trips coming up, back to
Yes.
back. Baltimore is going to be our first stop. We will have a booth there. Are we going to have the car there?
Oh yeah.
Okay, car's going to be there. Bubbles, you going to be there? Yeah, you're going to be there.
She's supposed to be. She's kind of bailing out. We might be replacing
Listen, if
her.
you're not there, I am not dressing in that, and you don't want it. No. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, she was at Baltimore, but we
Okay.
we scratched her. You were for part of the day.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Sorry.
All right. Wow.
Sorry, fans.
Wow. You're getting the behind the scenes right here. Oh boy.
That's right.
Vibrators, cars, and bubbles. Sounds like a new podcast right there. But anyway, yeah, Baltimore is going to be our first stop on our con tour. We'll be podcasting live. We'll see, maybe Feraldo. We might see a Comic Head.
I hope we see
Definitely
Feraldo.
in New York City.
Definitely
He's
in
going
New
to be
York
there.
City.
We're going to be
try
doing
to get
some
him to
shorts.
Baltimore.
We'd love to have him at Baltimore, and we'll see what happens with that. But you can check out us at facebook.com/Fanboys Inc. for all your updates. Also go over to facebook.com/Unit5. Is it Unit 5 Comic?
Unit 5, yeah. Well, yeah, that's the
Unify.
that's the best way to search.
Check that out. There'll be updates over there as well. Also on our website. Thank you. Do you have one
Yeah,
last
check
one?
out Josh Bodwell at Epic Inc.
Yes.
Tonight. It's on premiere tonight A&E. I think at 10 or 10 or 10:30.
Yep.
So check that out. He's a good dude. Another Pennsylvania guy.
We'll have him on the pod soon. I saw some of his artwork, his pop culture, his tats. He was on I Sell Comics last week. If you want to hear more about Josh, go over to last week's episode of I Sell Comics. He's like, if I could tattoo Star Wars all day, that's all I'd do.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, stay tuned for a Unit 5 tattoo contest. We're going to see with Josh. So we're working on that.
Nice.
Very cool. All right. I guess we're done. Thank you guys for showing up.
Thanks, everybody.
It's always fun. And what are you going to do now, Joe?
Let Bubbles say goodbye.
Oh, yeah.
Bye, guys.
Now what are you going to do?
Go to work.
You going to go to your parents' house and look for those vibrators?
I got. What the fuck? Turn this pot off so I can beat the shit out of you now. Later, nerds.
I want to play Star Wars. I want to. All right. Well, you're no fun, man. Why won't you let me play with the Star
You're
Wars?
such a bottom feeder.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. I was waiting for something like that.
Now you're mad at me for saying that? You just said you love your mom. I didn't say anything
Yeah,
like
but I
that.
like Kaminsky.
The fuck? All right.
Later, nerds.
Peace.